Well, hello. Welcome to another Minisode of The Boy That Loved, a Boys Love podcast hosted by me, Dion. So for today's little Minisode, I wanted to get into this whole phenomenon that's going on with the actors of Boys Love series. They have seemed to be paired as love interest in multiple shows constantly. And I am sick of it. Now, if you're new here, please subscribe to the channel, give the video a thumbs up. Make sure you guys check all the links below. Follow me on social media if you want to see more videos like this. Okay, so what I mean is that back in the day, let's talk about GMTV. They're the ones who are most notorious for this. We had like our three pillars of the of the boys love pairings. We had Chris and Cincto because of Sodus, and we had Tay and Noob because of the Kiss Me franchise, and we had Off and Gun, which I guess what's it called, Puppy Honey, Honey Puppy, that show. And I guess it kind of replaced as the main narrative is Theory of Love replaced that one. But what happened was is that these three pairs were like the holy trinity, right? And what they did was they were oftentimes, paired up in advertisement, fan meets, the whole nine. They went the distance with people's love of the duo, right? And that makes sense. Market these actors together because the characters they played. People are going to show up for the fan meet. Brands are going to want to endorse them to promote their products. So it's all like a win-win. But what happened is that they kind of wanted to milk it more. So what they did was have the actors paired up again. But what they did was have them play the same characters for the most part. Again, that's how we got their reprisal. Reprisal. It's a reprisal or reprisal. You know what I mean? Of their characters in Our Sky, the first Our Sky, which I thought was phenomenal. Especially that because we really didn't see Chris and Cincto paired up again since Soda. So like this being a continuation of that was so great. It was so like a breath of fresh air, especially for me because I didn't like Sodas, but I liked their storyline in Our Sky. So for me, it was already like up and up. And I didn't like the pairing of Off and Gun from their original series. Like I liked their original series, them being paired up in the end, becoming a thing. It didn't make sense to me. It really was not. It just wasn't it. Again, my mind changed after seeing Our Sky, and then Tay and New. I always liked them together, so it was just more of that. And then their storyline wasn't really much of a storyline because they were getting a sequel series, Dark Blue Kiss. So they were just kind of hanging out in that episode, but I still enjoyed it. And then you also have My T, and then the characters from Edge of 17 there too. So all these people who were already paired in their original series got to do it again in this format, which I think works very well. I like that. Let's have an extra side story with these characters that everyone likes, with these actors everyone likes paired up. My problem is that nowadays they're still trying to milk the duos of these actors, and they're doing the way where they're having them play new characters in different shows. They're still played as love interests, but they're in different shows. And sometimes it happens 2, 3, 4 times, and sometimes back to back to back to back to back to back. And I don't care for it. I personally don't ship the actors together in any capacity, friendship, romantically, anything. So this isn't a draw for me. Now, I will say I do like to check out shows because of certain actors in the shows. Like if Guns in the show, I really want to see what's up with that. I think he's a great actor, and the stuff, most of the stuff he's done, I really enjoyed. Like I liked Theory of Love, and I liked definitely Love, Not Me. And even though I didn't think their characters should have been together, I liked Honey Puppy. So anything Guns in, I want to check out, and I can say that for most of the individual actors, like First and Cowtong, I would just want to see what they do. Gawain, Joss, Tay and New. Like I wouldn't mind checking out their projects they do. The draw for me isn't if they're paired up with their original pairings. I would love to see different combinations. You have so many actors in that company, and there's so many actors that keep coming in. You have a perfect opportunity to kind of do, first of all, make other actors who are like supporting characters in other shows main leads in other ones. Like, we didn't need Forrest, Book, and Enchante and then have them in A Boss and a Babe. That could have went to some other pairs. To one of the twins, JJ and AJ. One of the twins could play one of them, and someone could play someone else. Mark, someone. You know, you have all these options, and I understand you want your show to seemingly be successful, so you kind of want to do what makes the most sense, and that's pairing up the beloved duos. Sure, I understand from a marketing standpoint point of view that makes the most sense. But I think what people don't realize is that, because that's what people keep telling me, well, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. Marketing, I get it. But what you don't realize is we're going to show up regardless. It's a Boys Love series. You're going to show up and watch it regardless. You're going to get your life to seeing this person paired with this person. You are. You can say, no, 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 no. And like, why won't you? Because it doesn't make sense for you to say, I don't want these two actors to play love interest with anyone else. I don't want that. I mean, you could say that. And some fans do feel that way. They don't want their actors to go out of what they know them as, and they want to control them. But we're in a state of mind that we shun and shame people who are exceptionally delusional, who will drag an actor for kissing another actor in a different series, who harass their actual real life romantic love interest, their girlfriends or boyfriends, because it goes against the ship. And we've seen that toxic behavior, which is disgusting, and which a lot of people kind of condemn, but at the same time almost play into that nowadays in a more, it's not as aggressive as that, but them not wanting them to, or they can't even fathom them paired up with different people, is so strange to me. And I know I'm like probably one of the few people who aren't attached to the actors playing those characters, or attached to the actors being with a particular actor. So I'm obviously on the outs on this. That's why no one really cares about my point of view on this. Good thing I have my own podcast to talk about that kind of stuff with. You know what I mean? And I just find it odd, because they were telling me that they're gonna do another series with Earth and Mix, and I was like, you've got to be kidding me. And the thing is, I don't mind if two actors in one series, one movie, or whatever the case may be, come back together for a new project. I don't mind that. I really don't. It's excessive. Because back in the day, there was years in between, gaps in between the original series and Our Sky. And I think for Puppy Honey and Theory of Love, it was also a jump between. And that was like one of the first times I think we've seen two actors come back together playing different characters. Now, obviously we know they were paired together again in Not Me. But back then it wasn't as common for the pairs to be back-to-back pairings in a different show. Because, I mean, Tay and New played the same characters for 25 years. They're just now getting another series where they're playing different characters, which is, I guess, refreshing. But because with them, they haven't played back-to-back-to-back love interests in different shows. So it's more exciting. But because we have Earth and Mix playing duos constantly, we have Force and Book playing duos constantly, and now we're having First and Cowtongue as well, it just seems not as exciting as it could be, especially since there's not a lot of years in between them doing that. Now, with that being said, I do like how we got almost like a fantasy version of that dynamic in Only Friends, where the characters are seen physically being intimate with other actors that are not their main pairs, which is a bold move. And honestly, I can see maybe why they wouldn't want to do that often, because the animosity people have towards the characters in this show. I doubt they're going to affect the actors because I felt like people have this very weird, undying loyalty to the actors themselves, so they don't want to go against the grain too much with them, even though they might have frustration with their characters being in different dynamics in this show in particular. But I do believe they'll kind of get over it if you paired, different people together. I mean, they'll be fine. Would it hurt to have, if you want to just have the same leads as the same leads, why can't we have, I don't know, even in Moonlight Chicken, y'all had First and Mix together. That was lit. You had Earth and, what's his name, Pang? Y'all had them, yes, they were minor characters and it wasn't a full fleshed out narrative with them, but y'all still did it. Have them be intimate with those other actors. Maybe things are changing nowadays, which I hope so, that they can have these characters have more real lives, having exes and whatnot, having other interactions with other people in different ways. I'm really looking forward to that, but hearing the announcement of these new shows coming out and everyone's wanting these same pairs to be paired in a new show, not only the same pairs, new show, like ones we've seen already, and not even thinking about the other actors in the company that they've been playing best friends of or brother of, they don't care to have them in the leads for some reason. I don't understand that. At least have that. At least have new pairs be on the forefront. Can we switch around a little bit? Give Force and Book a break. Earth and Mix definitely need a break. And let them have someone else be on the forefront. I don't think it's going to shake the status quo that much. I don't think so. I think it'd be great to have, especially when there's so many supporting actors just sitting there, just being supporting actors. And even if they are paired up as a secondary couple, the secondary couple gives very little real development, a real storyline. Most times. Now, they do have this thing where they kind of have secondary couples have a jump off point by being a secondary couple before they make them a new main thing. I heard that Moonlight Chicken was supposed to come out before My School President, and what's her name, Gemini and Forth, I think the names of those actors, they're supposed to be introduced as a duo in Moonlight Chicken first before My School President came out, but that didn't end up happening, so it was the reverse. So that also, one, tells you don't need to have actors paired up beforehand to get them to kind of get their own series together, the actors. But it also allows you to kind of play around with that and try new things in that way, so that the ones who have been paired up 15 times can just kind of step back and have a new pair. Like First and Cow Tongue, they were also Moonlight Chicken. They barely interacted in Moonlight Chicken, but like, if that would have came up before the eclipse, it would have been their jump off point, and then perfect, right? Especially when we just saw First with Gowan and Not Me. You see what I mean? To have them switch to another actor to be paired up with is so exciting. I was so excited to see that, because I saw Cow Tongue and Pod and Tone Home, so like, we got them paired up here, but now we're switching it up. Maybe those pairs didn't work out, so that's why they switched it up, but it's refreshing to see different pairings, especially back to back. Now we got, First and Cow Tongue paired up again. Great. But it's fine. I like that we're getting them in this kind of show. I wouldn't want to see them paired up as a romantic love interest right back to back again. It would be great to have someone else paired up with them. Let's do Cow Tongue and Mix. That'd be kind of cool. Like, let's do, First and Nui will be a good dynamic. We have so many combos. From the new actors to the season ones, we have so many combos. They all hang out with each other. You see them on social media. They all have like good rapport. Your minds are not minding. Even the actors themselves are on social media, all kind of like doing the fan service thing with each other outside of their pairs. So that tells you can do that in the shows too. At least that's my opinion. I would love to know what you guys think. I already know what you guys think. People have told me no, they don't want to shake the boat. No. They're just so against it. They can't see this person with this person. They can't imagine in their mind. You didn't know these people either when they first started. So that doesn't make any sense. We love Gowan and First and Not Me. But did we imagine them together and paired up? No. They play the roles and we were living. The chemistry was chemistry. Any duo can have that. I'm not saying it's easy. I'm not saying it's going to work every time. But it's possible. We've seen it. And we didn't need to have it already established 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 times beforehand to really know that. And honestly, I don't even think Forrest and Book had that much chemistry until Only Friends, and that might have to do with the being better actors now and having a better director for their series. And that's just what that is. Because I'm trying to tell you, I'm like, you know what I mean? But yeah, let me know your thoughts below on this. I'm sure it's the opposite of my opinion, but I'm very curious of what you guys think. Also, I want to know what pairs would you like to see? Like, what actors do you want to like team up? You know what I mean? Like, what are you thinking? And like, I know there's on the 17th they're having that not prediction, but the rollout of the first part of their new set of shows and stuff. Is there a pair that you really want to see that hasn't been done? Is there a pair that's rumored to be together that hasn't happened yet? Oh, just another Earth mix. And I like Earth and Mix, but I'm just we need to come on. I don't understand the attachment to these two duos 14, 15 times. Like we're good. We got it. At least give us a break. Give us a couple years in between. Let them do other things. And they do other things no one cares about. There are other stuff that's not the duo. Most people don't. Some people will follow the actors to their other licorns and stuff, which is nice. I think it's good. But some really just can't get their heads out of the boys love fandom, so they kind of keep them in that box. And anything outside that box they don't want to see. But I'm glad you keep yourself in the box, because when you step out of the box and see their stuff and get mad and me threatening their lives, threatening their loved ones, writing nasty letters and hateful comments, I'd rather you guys actually stay in the box and not just have that bubble, have that box, and kind of like keep it focused. But since it's too focused, we can't get them doing anything else but that. Y'all won't have it. Y'all won't have it. But yeah, let me know your thoughts below. Make sure you guys subscribe. Like I said before, follow my social media linked below. Shop my apparel also linked below. And I will see y'all in the next one.